Right, so dear devotees, we've come together a couple of minutes in. Let's begin, as others may join, no problem at all. We'll chant Vandeham, which is complete in itself, and then Om Jnana, which is making more complete, because specifically to Guru, Vanchakalpa, which is to the devotees, and then Namo Mahavadanyaya, to Mahaprabhu. This is our brief introduction, as it were, not introduction, invocation, Vandanam, making our prayers. All right, so with the microphones off, let us continue. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapada Kamalang Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitang Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Veshakan Vitamscha Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Anmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Goratvije Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All right, welcome back to the basics. All right, back to basics.
181st.
Excuse me?
181st.
Oh, really? It must be in the ether, because I'm not usually asked, what number is it? But last night in the evening program here, the devotee said, how many is it now? And I said, I'm not sure, must probably around 150, but it's 181. Okay, so the first program of 2022 is our 181st back to basics online. But we've done many. This originates, remember, in Navadip, Chaitanya Sarasat Mat, on the veranda in Chaitanya Sarasat Mat. Now I'm trying to see why. Oh, can't connect to the web. Sorry, I was trying to see on Facebook who is there, and I'm wondering why not. Then I see I don't have internet on my Facebook page. Okay, excuse me, maybe Praneshwari can give a obeisances from us all to those present on Facebook. She'll have a list of who's there. Today I tried to see, but no internet on that connection at the moment. All right, well, it is New Year, and often we're saying to you, okay, what would you like to share with us? But I'd like to share something with you. And that is that we've been doing back to basics now for many occasions. So this is like 181, as we just found out. But there is one kirtan, one composition, which we sing every day in the evening, in Chaitanya Sarasat Mat, and all over the world in many temples, here every day too. But in one song, it is so beautiful, and we've got everything, and it's very easy to just sing it and maybe generally think of the meaning. But it's a Saraswati Arati. It's a Saraswati Arati by Srila Guru Maharaj. And really, when we get this one song, and we sit and read it, all the devotees, well, here and basically wherever we are, including myself, aspiring to be a devotee, we always think, all go like, wow, what is in this one kirtan? So this is what I wanted to share with you today, that back to basics, we are worshippers of Radha Krishna, but we are worshippers of Nitai and Gauranga. And who they are, it is not just a matter of, just some kind of historical facts, but who they are is so amazing and so amazingly presented by Guru Maharaj here. So the Kirtan guide, Jayore, Jayore, Jayore. Now I need to just find it. I have had it. Jayore, Jayore, Jaya, Gaura Saraswati. And depending on which Kirtan guide you have, well, it depends on which Kirtan guide you have. It's page 79 in the one that they're using here, which is known as the 8th edition. But there is a 9th edition. There is a 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st edition too. So this is what I wanted to read first. And let us go through this Saraswat Arati, because Jayare Jayore Jaya Gaura Saraswati Bhakti Vinodhanmaya Karuna Morati. And probably many of us can sing it without thinking too much. But today we're going to think. We're going to put our thinking caps on. All right. So just, I'll read it, you listen. And as we're always saying, to read something with other devotees, to hear in the association of other devotees, then it is something different than reading only ourselves, which is also good in proper measure. But here we are, Saraswat Arati. All glories, all glories, all glories. How about that? Starting off with that 3 times emphasis, which we hear about in Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, etc. So all glories, all glories, all glories to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is intimately connected with Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur and is an embodiment of Sri Gauranga's mercy. And this is, repeatedly we say this, but here, the very first verse, the whole basis of our good fortune, yes, is Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and yes, it's Srila Saraswati Thakur. This is the beginning of the wave of this Krishna consciousness in India and all over the world. Without this, we'll be as hopeless as any other age in the past, practically. So all glories, all glories, all glories to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is intimately connected with Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur and is an embodiment of Sri Gauranga's mercy. You, so talking to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, you manifested devotional service to Lord Gauranga, which is beneficial to the whole universe. Your pure devotional conclusions are effulgent with absolute knowledge. All glories to Sri Radha and Shyama Krishna, who are combined in the one body of Sri Gauranga, who is on the right side. Remember, when talking about the deities, then the custom is that right and left are in relation to the Lord, because he's the subject. We are not the subject. So on his right side. So now remember this arati. It is the arati to the deities in Navadip, which actually applies to the deities in many places. But Gauranga, Radha, Krishna. So as we are seeing, Gauranga, Radha and Krishna, as you're all familiar. So all glories to Sri Radha and Shyama Krishna, who are combined in the one body of Sri Gauranga, who is on the right side. Glories to Srimati Radharani, who is on the left side. And glories to him who is in the middle, and who is none other than the supreme cowherd boy, Sri Shyama Sundar, Shyama Gopajaya. So, okay, I'll read you We must read, I think, the Bengali too. So that verse, we just heard the translation. So Radha Shyama Ekatanu Dakshe Gora Raya, Goranga. Bame Radha Madhye Swayam Shyama Gopa Jaya. Hare Krishna. All right, so there is our Guru, the altar, and now Braja Rasa Navabhave Nabadipe Raje. So the rasa of Braja says mellow, but it's untranslatable, as we've discussed perhaps previously. The rasa, the mellow of Braja, Vrindavan, is present in Navadip in a new mood. Braja Rasa Navabhave. Oh, something happened. Aha, I see. I see what happened. Braja Rasa Navabhave Navadipe Raje Uddare Madhura Raga Abhinava Saje. When this sweet loving sentiment is mixed with magnanimity, then it shows itself as uniquely beautiful. So this is the relationship between Braja and Navadip. The mellow, the mood, the rasa of Braja, Vrindavan, is present in Navadip, in a new mood. When this sweet loving sentiment of Braja is mixed with magnanimity, which comes to Navadip, then it shows itself as uniquely beautiful. All right, now, Madhurya Kaivalya Raga Brajera Nirjas Prapti Parakashtatahe Gauranga Vilasa. So Madhura Rasa, conjugal love, is the essence of Braja Dham. And the pastimes of Mahaprabhu take it to its highest perfection. And this is really, I mean, super fine vision that Guru Maharaj is generously sharing. We know that Guru Maharaj is very internal and keeps himself to himself and a little reluctant to mix so much, but you see, he does reveal from inside to out in his generous mood. He's sharing with us what is Vrindavan, what is Navadip, and here the worship of the deities which have manifested in Navadip, Shri Guru, Gauranga, Gandhava, Govinda Sundar. So Madhurya, Kaivalya, Raga, Brajera, Nirjasa, Prapti Parakashtatahe Gauranga Vilasa. Madhura Rasa is the essence of Brajadam, and the pastimes of Mahaprabhu take it, Madhura Rasa, to its highest perfection. Next verse, earnestly accepting Sri Radha's mood and beauty, he has taken his place on the right to show his glorious position. So this is Mahaprabhu. Earnestly accepting Sri Radha's mood and beauty, he has taken his place on the right to show his glorious position. So in the Bengali, Radha Bhava Kanti Angikari Bhalo Mate Dakshine Asanna Rasa Gorima Dekate. Then the next verse, Radha Rasa Trayosvada Rahasya Prayasa Niraki Prafulla Radha Mukti Mondokasa. Seeing Krishna's mischievous desire to understand the glory of her love, seeing Krishna's mischievous desire to understand the glory of her love, Krishna's wonderful sweetness that only she can relish through her transcendental qualities, and the happiness she feels from Krishna's sweet love for her. So all of that. Radharani is very pleased, and there is a subdued smile on her face. So Radharani is seeing Krishna, and she's seeing Krishna's mischievous desire to understand the glory of her love, Radharani's love. So Krishna sings, oh, he wants to understand the glory of my love. Then Krishna's wonderful sweetness that only she can relish through her transcendental qualities, and the happiness that she feels from Krishna's sweet love for her. So seeing this, Radharani is very pleased, and there is a subdued smile on her face. How beautiful. Radharani knows Krishna's got a mischievous desire to taste what she is tasting. Then, next verse. Madhye, in the middle, Vanshidhar, the flute player, means Krishna, is playing his flute, thinking. So now we heard what Radharani is understanding and thinking with a gentle smile. Now Krishna, in the center, is playing his flute, thinking that only by the wealth of Radharani do I become Gauranga Sundar. So this is his thinking. Only by the wealth of Radharani do I become Gauranga Sundar. Then Modavishta Rupa Radhara Hridaya Mandire Gauranga Bhajili Sushtu Sputi Payatare. So he's still thinking. So he's still thinking. Oh, so previously he's thinking, only by the wealth of Radharani do I become Gauranga Sundar. My most cherished form is revealed in the temple of Radharani's heart. And that highest manifestation of myself can be attained only by worshipping Gauranga. So Krishna is thinking that. And that highest manifestation of myself can be attained only by worshipping Gauranga. Now, Nadia, by the Lord's divine arrangement, the supreme savior of the fallen souls appeared in Nadia as the most beloved Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So after explaining who is Gauranga Mahaprabhu from Krishna's point of view, from Gauranga's point of view, then Guru Maharaj is telling us that by the Lord's divine arrangement, the supreme savior of the fallen souls, Gauranga, appeared in Nadia as the most beloved Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So Nadia Prakashe Mahaprabhu Gaura Nidhi Patita Pavana Deve Milayila Vidhi. All right, then Arupa, Arati, Brahma, Shambhu, Agochara, Gaura Bhakta, Kripa Patra, Matra Siddhisara. This type of divine worship of Mahaprabhu is beyond the vision of even Lord Brahma or Lord Shiva. Only by receiving the mercy of a devotee of Lord Gauranga can one attain such perfection. So this type of divine worship of Mahaprabhu is beyond the vision of even Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. Only by receiving the mercy of a devotee of Lord Gauranga can one attain such perfection. Then Sri Swarupa, Ramananda, Rupa, Sanatan, Sri Raghu, Jivadi, Kripai, Deke Bhakta Jana. Only by the mercy of Sri Swarup Damodar, Sri Ramananda Roy, Sri Rupa, Sri Sanatan, Sri Raghunath, Sri Jiva, and their associates do the devotees attain that vision. Jaya Guru Gaura Radha Govinda Sundara. Jaya Dao Bhakta Vrinda Nitya Nirantara. All glories to Sri Guru, Sri Gauranga, Sri Radha Govinda Sundara. O devotees, always sing their eternal glories. So, when someone asks you, who is Mahaprabhu, who is Gauranga Mahaprabhu, then you've got some perspective here from the vision of Guru Maharaj, of the gift of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, of the revelation of the worship of Guru, Gauranga, Radha and Krishna, Guru Gauranga, Gandhava, Govinda Sundar. This is the arati. It is very easy to go through things automatically, to follow the arati automatically, etc. But we get some insight here and some encouragement. And I would like now for somebody to read all of this, the translation, to read that translation in one go, but slowly and with understanding. So, who shall we ask to read? Kumkum Devi Rasi. Can we kindly ask you?
You're very kind. And I am reading from 7th edition. I'm thinking now of upgrading, but I will just read in one go here. All glories, all glories, all glories to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is intimately connected with Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and is an embodiment of Sri Gauranga's mercy. You manifested devotional service to Lord Gauranga, which is beneficial to the whole universe. Your pure devotional conclusions are effulgent with absolute knowledge. All glories to Sri Radha and Shama, Krishna, who are combined in the one body of Sri Gauranga, who is on the right side. Glories to Srimati Radharani, who is on the left side. And glories to him who is in the middle and who is none other than the supreme cowherd boy, Sri Sham Sundar. The mellow of Braja, Vrindavan, is present in Navadvip in a new mood. When this sweet, loving sentiment is mixed with magnanimity, then it shows itself as uniquely beautiful. Madhurya Rasa, conjugal love, is the essence of Brajadam, and the pastimes of Mahaprabhu take it to its highest perfection. Earnestly accepting Sri Radha's mood and beauty, he has taken his place on the right to show his glorious position. Seeing Krishna's mischievous desire to understand the glory of her love, Krishna's wonderful sweetness that only she can relish through her transcendental qualities, and the happiness she feels from Krishna's sweet love for her, Radharani is very pleased, and there is a subdued smile on her face. In the middle, Vamshidhar, the flute player, is playing his flute, thinking that only by the wealth of Radharani do I become Gauranga Sundar. My most cherished form is revealed in the temple of Radharani's heart, and that highest manifestation of myself can be attained only by worshiping Gauranga. By the Lord's divine arrangement, the supreme savior of the fallen souls appeared in Nadia as the most beloved Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. This type of divine worship of Mahaprabhu is beyond the vision of even Lord Brahma or Lord Shiva. Only by receiving the mercy of a devotee of Lord Gauranga can one attain such perfection. Only by the mercy of Sri Swarup Damodar, Sri Ramananda Roy, Sri Rupa, Sri Sanatan, Sri Raghunath, Sri Jiva, and their associates do the devotees attain that vision. All glories to Sri Guru, Gauranga, Radha Govinda Sundar. O devotees, always sing their eternal glories.
Jai. Very beautiful. Okay, that's my contribution for today to start the new year. And let us try to keep this contribution in our heart, intelligence, mind, and all aspects when we sing this daily. And Gurudev, he was so much appreciated this kirtan, by the way. He appreciated everything that came from Guru Maharaj. But for many years, then after Guru Maharaj composed this, then Gurudev, he began to add this to the arati, the evening singing in Chaitanya Saraswat Mat on Fridays. And it may be, in fact, that Guru Maharaj actually said on Fridays, then this can be added to the arati. He said, well, on Friday you can add. And this way, on Fridays, we would sing it in Navadip Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, along with Kiva Jaya Jaya Gaurachanda of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And it was only later, actually, when Srila Gurudev was touring, when he was traveling abroad, preaching abroad, that Gurudev said, actually, we should sing this every day. Why we are only singing on Friday? We should sing this every day. And so this way, Janardhan Maharaj says it was in California that this began. Devashish says, no, it was London that this began. So they will have their debate on where was the first place. That may go on forever. The pastimes of the Lord and his devotees are eternal. However, certainly it was in the West that first started to sing this Saraswati Arati every day, along with Kiva Jaya Jaya Gaurachanda. And then when Gurudev came back to India, he discussed this and he said, and so we should sing this every day. It doesn't matter if the arati is longer. We've come to give our life for the worship of the Lord. If it takes a few minutes longer for the evening arati, then no problem. It is good. So then we started every day to sing the Saraswat Arati too. This way, Gurudev keeping the standard, the dignity of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's composition, which is for the Pancha Tattva, the Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Gadadhar, and Srivas, and all the devotees, giving the honor to that arati which is taking place in the evening, and to the arati to the deities of Guru, Gauranga, Radha, and Krishna throughout basically almost all of our temples, and almost all of the temples of Srila Saraswati Thakur, etc. And this way, then this was added as a standard practice. Hare Krishna. Anyway, this I wanted to share because always we get so much like reminder of what we're doing. It is so amazing. And at the end of various of the Arati songs, recently we were, I think here on the Back to Basics also, going through the Sri Nitai Chaitanya Dev Arati, when it was the anniversary of the deity's installation, everywhere. Then Srila Gurudev, and in this case, that Srila Gurudev in the case of the Nitai Chaitanya Arati, and Guru Maharaj in the case of here, the worship of Radha and Krishna with Mahaprabhu, or Mahaprabhu with Radha and Krishna, then expressing how rare is such an Arati, and how Brahma and Shiva and so many, they come to see and have darshan of such Arati. So this is very rare. We really do have to wake up to our good fortune, try to make every moment count. Not that we have to go to Arati, so we're going to Arati, but we're going to Arati and taking that part of our devotional service very like awake mood, and it's a privilege to be able to have such darshan. Hare Krishna. Anyway, dear devotees, this is my contribution to start our 2022 Bhakti Yoga for You program.
Maharaj, just one small comment to contribute. And I can't say how this relates to timing when it was introduced in London. I have no knowledge of that, but I so happily recall Umadidi pushing that this must also be sung here in San Jose, and someone saying, no, this is about Sri Radha Krishna. And so not where there are no Radha Krishna deities. So in SoCal we can do, but not in San Jose. And Uma hearing this, just like a lion, you can imagine saying, quoting Gurudev, he said, when somebody asked him that very question, yes, Mahaprabhu is there, Radha Krishna is there. It was very beautiful.
Yes, okay, very good to hear this directly, because this is sung everywhere. And in many of our temples, we have a Giriraj and a photograph. Like here, there's a photograph of the deities in Navadip and Giriraj, and chanting every day. And yes, Mahaprabhu, Australia, Rupanuga Prabhu, just coming back in Australia, they're also chanting. Yes, but this is Gurudev's direction. Yep.
Rupanuga Prabhu returned just on time, Maharaj, because I'm pointing at the deity, because in this corner of the world, it's still the 25th anniversary.
Ah, 25th anniversary. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
But now Rupanuga Prabhu disappeared again. He's driving, and so he'll be coming in and out of reception, probably.
He's coming again.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Oh, so 1st of January, thank you for reminding me. We've been thinking about the 1st of January and, you know, hearing things and so many things over the last few days, because, of course, 1st of January lasts more than a day. And for the Russian section, we've got Paramanand Prabhu and maybe some others with us from Russia too. Udaran Prabhu, the Russian speaking section. No, Damayanti in Tomsk. And we also saw earlier Ekadashi. Priyanana is with us. Okay, yes, oh yes, Ekadashi and Priyanana. So New Year is a big time for the Russians especially. And on the New Year, so we've been talking and thinking about New Year a lot. And then, yes, and it hadn't even come in my mind how terrible I am. And we were there, I was there also at the installation of Gauranga Sundar in Australia, at Sri Govinda Dham, Australia. 25 years, oh my goodness. So what's 25 years ago? 25 years. So it was 1996. What? Who can do mathematics?
1997.
Oh yeah, okay, 1997 January. Oh my goodness. It doesn't seem like 25 years. For all of you who are young, 25 years will pass by like a moment. Don't think 25 years is a long time. Use your life now carefully. For all of you young ones here.
And Ashapurna Didi is showing us the beautiful Sri Gauranga in Salt Lake City.
Jai, Jai, Jai. And so nicely looked after, you see. So now two Gaurangas can see each other almost. Gauranga Sundar in Salt Lake City and Gauranga Sundar in Australia. Just see, opposite sides of the world. Hare Krishna. So, well, what do you want me to say? About the installation of Mahaprabhu, it's one of the few places or the few occasions that Gurudev gave sanction that, yes, we can do the installation on the 1st of January because it is a holiday for everybody automatically in Australia. And so every year they'll be able to come on the 1st of January. And this relevance he gave that, yes, it's a traditional time. 1st of January is a good day in the Western world. So he went by the solar calendar, said, yes, and every 1st of January can remember their appearance. And really, it was very wonderful. And it's one of only 2 times, I think, that I went with Gurudev anywhere on the tour, and I didn't even actually go with him. He sent myself and Purnananda maybe 10 days or 2 weeks before he went in order to help them prepare for the installation. So they went there for service because they were calling Gurudev like day after day, oh, how do we do this? How do we do that? And then we're sitting there and then Gurudev said, you go. You and Purnananda, you go and you help them set it up. They are calling me every day. They need someone to help. So we went there to help whatever we could. Then Gurudev came. And that year was his Vyasa Puja. Like this year, his Vyasa Puja was very close to Christmas and very close to the New Year's. So we had, like many of you have had this year also, like Vyasa Puja, holiday, Christmas holiday, and then Srila Saraswati Thakur's disappearance is always coming a couple of days after Gurudev's Vyasa Puja. So that holy day, and then the culmination was the appearance of, or the installation and appearance of Gauranga Sundar there. And what was the main ingredient for Mahaprabhu's appearance? Of course, Gurudev himself, and Gurudev inviting Mahaprabhu to come into his deity form and be there. And very noticeably, grand Sankirtan, so many devotees and some very good mridanga players, loud singers, and grand Sankirtan, and so many preparations, offerings, and a big fire yagya, which had me being reminded how the devotees rely on Krishna. They surrender to Krishna for his protection, his guardianship, everything. Because Govinda Dham, if you've seen photos of the place, it's entirely made of wood, entirely. The floor, the walls, the ceiling, everything. And then on the veranda, which is like a wide veranda made of wood, the floor, the walls, the ceiling, they had this giant fire yagya. And honestly, by logic, one probably wouldn't do the fire yagya in such a place. But surrendering to Krishna, and they're going to have a festival, they had this fire yagya there. And Krishna, he did protect the devotees, as he promises he will. So anyway, they had a fire yagya and a big day. So yes, 1st of January, thank you for reminding us, Praneshri Devidasi. And behind Praneshri is the photo of Gauranga Sundar. And you can see where Gauranga Sundar's right arm is, or as we just heard, to Mahaprabhu's right is the photo of the Navadip deity, is also Shri Guru Gauranga Gandhava Govinda Sundar. Hare Krishna. Yes. So wherever you are doing the worship of Mahaprabhu, also to also chant Saraswat Arati, because who is Mahaprabhu? He is there. And if we would ever had any doubt, then we've heard from Kumkum directly about how Gurudev saying, yes, Mahaprabhu. What was the expression? Like a lion, what did Uma say, Kumkum?
When I heard Uma answering the person, she to me sounded like a lion.
Saying what?
She quoted Gurudev. He said, yes.
Yes.
Mahaprabhu is there, Radha Krishna is there. That's what he's saying. So
yeah. And for those of you who don't know Uma, or you've met her, then she's very sweet, but she can also be like a lion.
Yeah.
And Srila Gurudev also like this. Everyone knows Srila Gurudev is very sweet. He can also be like a lion. So all in the best way. Hare Krishna. Paramananda Prabhu, you're Russian. Big day. I mean, only an external identity, I know. A big day, the 1st of January. It's a new year. would you like to share some devotional insight?
Nothing about New Year, Maharaj. We were just discussing prior to our meetings about the Happy New Year greetings and how relevant and how irrelevant it is. Relevant for the devotees and totally irrelevant to wish it in the mundane world. There is no happiness to be found, which is an absolute fact. But that we already discussed. And something Kumkum Didi mentioned about how Uma Didi established the importance and a fitness of singing this arati for Mahaprabhu. It's actually in that verse, Madhabishta Rupa Radha Hridaya Mandire Gauranga Bhajiris Pushtu Purti Payatare. The most cherished form of Krishna can only be found in the heart of Srimati Radharani. And who is the giver and distributor of that, by whose mercy we can understand anything whatsoever, like Vasudev Gaur sings. If he wouldn't have come, we wouldn't have any idea about the glories of Radharani, about the glories of Krishna. He is giving that. So of course, this is for Mahaprabhu, Gaura Saraswat Aratik. And my favorite verses, Eru Parvati Brahma Shambhu Agochara, Gaura Bhakta Kripa Patra Matra Siddhi Sara. What kind of worship is happening there is inconceivable. Who is seeing that? Next verse will confirm that. Sri Swarupa Ramananda Rupa Sanatana. They are qualified to be there and witness that worship, what is happening in the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Mahabhava of Srimati Radharani, her worship, her ecstasy, her love for Krishna. They can do that. But Gaura Bhakta Kripa Patra Matra Siddhi Sara, if we can take shelter of Gaura Bhakta, then that vision, that capacity may come to us one day. We can aspire for that. By their grace, everything is possible. It's not only, it's mentioned that Matra Siddhi Sara means the source of all perfections is possible by the grace of Mahaprabhu's devotees. And who is Mahaprabhu devotee? Remembering Saraswati Thakur. Those who exclusively worship the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. And we should always remember that. Really, this is our credo. It's in our mat pranam mantra, it's in our mat logo, and it's all in all about, the Mahaprabhu is all about that. Guru Maharaj, Saraswati Thakur. And it is very high substance. Hence, there is a reminder to us in our Nat Mandir, Mattala Harijana Pujala, Mattala Harijana Pujala, Kirtana Rangi, Pujala Ragapata Kaurava Bangi. This is our position, not to imitate, but always aspire to serve that divine plane, always aspire to serve the Gaura Bhakta. And then by their mercy, we can have that wonderful happiness that we're wishing each other every New Year. Happy New Year. So I was just talking to our Salt Lake devotees and I said, a devotee can say that. And only devotee. So yes, it was a big celebration in Russia, the New Year celebration. But for us, it's another year of Krishna Katha, another year of chanting the holy names of the Lord, another year of association, another year of back to the basics, another year of everything connected to Krishna. Like Maharaj said, whatever you do, remember about Krishna. Put some Krishna consciousness in every act. So if you're celebrating, having a party, do it in a Krishna conscious way. I'm not sure how to do a party in a Krishna conscious way. Well, I kind of know how to do a party in a Krishna conscious way. We have to remember about that. And like I was just earlier mentioning, maybe it's somehow related, but I had this wonderful dream last night. I'm just happy to share. There's nothing personal about that dream, but in that dream, Srila Gurudev came. Where it was, I have no idea. It didn't matter where it was. But Gurudev, what matters, the Gurudev was there. All his parshads were there. The parshads who are still present and the parshads who already left the world. They all gathered together. We saw Siddhanti Maharaj. We saw Vaishnava Maharaj, scores of devotees, the present devotees. And what are we doing? What are we doing? Chanting the holy names. It was a Maha Sankirtan, and that was my dream. And I was so happy to be there. And I woke up and I was thinking, This is a real happiness. This is a proper Happy New Year when something like that is happening. And Srila Gurudev is still here. His parshas are still here. The ones who already joined him in his eternal Leela and the ones who are here to extend his mercy to us. And he is inviting us to participate in this Mahasankirtan. And that is our good fortune. That's all I can say about the New Year celebration.
Jai. Jai. Happy New Year to all the devotees in the Maha Sankirtan, led by Gurudev, Guru Maharaj and Srila Saraswati Thakur. These are our leaders of Maha Sankirtan, present, not historical. And we have one of Gurudev's associates here too, who's not always with us, our senior devotee, Divya Shakti Devidasi. Divya Shakti, can we humbly invite you to say a few words at this New Year's time? If it is convenient to do so, and maybe not. Okay, anyway, if in course of the next few minutes you'd like to pop up and say something, we'd be happy to hear from you. Because she's got so much experience, and New Year's also in Navadip. She's been in Navadip for New Year's. Yasa Pujas, New Year's. In fact, she's been in Navadip for probably every festival in the calendar, year by year. Divya Shakti Devidasi, thank you for popping up. Humbly asking a contribution from your good self. We're coming with our Uttarya. The Uttarya is meant for begging, by the way. This is, you hold this out and you ask a contribution. Divya, over to you, but open your microphone, please. Click. Divya Shakti Devidasi is in Salt Lake City. Now she's in Salt Lake City, along with the team there. And technology is trying to assert itself on her. Okay, she's won. All right. Divya.
I offer my Dandavats to you, Maharaj, and to all the devotees there present. You all are such an inspiration for me with your steady service. And I was talking to one devotee today. Her name is Bhumi. And she makes beautiful outfits for the deities. And she posts them on her Facebook page. And it's so enlivening and so beautiful, the outfits that she makes. I sent them to Swaranangi Didi, and Swaranangi also complimented on her service to her deities. Her deities are at home. And so I just told her how much of an inspiration she is when I see her deities. And I told her that, well, I make jewelry for the deities in Salt Lake City now, every now and then, and also in SoCal. I just had made some jewelry. And she said to me, she said, find your service and do what you love to do and offer that to Krishna. You know, find your loving service for the Lord, you know? And I just thought that that was so inspiring. So I had, because I was thinking, what can I do? What can I do? I'm going to the temple every now and then, you know, trying to do my service. But when I'm home here, I want to do something more other than just reading and chanting, and I just need to do something creative. So I just thought I would share that we should do what we love for Krishna and be happy with that and offer that to him with all of our love in our heart. And it's such a beautiful meditation. So I just thought I could share that with you. That was kind of foremost in my mind because I talked to her today. And so I pulled out my jewelry and my board again, which I had just put away not too long ago because I just finished making some jewelry. And so I thought I'd share that with you. Also, I'm trying to get my a mridanga here from Soquel because it popped. And so the Nataharo, he actually fixed mridangas. So I'm trying to get it back here. And he said that if I send it to him, he will fix it. So I also want to try to learn how to play better, because Sri Lekha Didi I consider her a very good mridanga player. She doesn't think so, but I really love her playing the mridanga. And also Pandita Didi, she's very inspiring when she plays. So I really want to try to learn that also. So these are things that we can do in service for the Lord. So for the new year, I'd like to try to get this together and be able to offer some creative service to Gurudev.
Jai. So now we know who we're going to invite to play the mridanga and sing for us after, how long? 2 months? Let's see how you get on.
I don't know, but I'd really like to try to learn the mridanga properly. I mean, I fake it really well, but, and I know, like, you know, a couple of bona fide beats, but I'd really like to, you know, really play a little bit more deeper. I mean, Sudarshan Prabhu, he's so expert and he's so wonderful to be in his kirtan. So I'm very fortunate to be in their association also.
And Sri Lekha is very brave, because at the end of her classes, when she gives the class on the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and Chaitanya Charitamrita, she actually sings like all by herself. She sings, plays a mridanga and sings. She's quite brave to do that.
Yes.
And of course, it comes across well because it's her. I'm not sure it would come across so well if it was me. I may not be so brave as she is.
Well, she makes us sing too when we're there, you know, or not in the kitchen or on the altar or something.
Well, whenever I've heard it, it's usually been very quiet in the background. I don't think there's a big assembly physically present.
There isn't, not so much. It's like a handful of devotees, you know. So.
Yeah.
The weather has been, it was 19 today, and we've had a lot of snow. We had a foot of snow the other day, and now it's kind of melted down, but I think we're expecting more, so. Pretty cool.
For most of the world, 19 sounds like quite pleasant.
Yeah.
But America, being America, still uses Fahrenheit, but one of the only countries left in the world that hasn't worked out how to use centigrade. Just see, some things never change. Hare Krishna, the most advanced country in the world, they claim, but can't work out centigrade. All right. Wonderful. Who would like to make a contribution? Who's got something burning that they would like to say? Asha Puna looks like she wants to say something to me.
Very qualified, Maharaj.
Okay, so then we must hear something from her then. Asha Punadi.
Very qualified.
I was just like looking to my side thinking, is there anything? I actually don't know, except we had, what was Srila Gurudev's appearance day was like last week or the week beforehand, and that was really nice because everybody always seems to share something personal, like, you know, we pass the mic around, especially on his appearance day. I mean, I've only been here for 2, and Ramasundar is dancing right now, but now he's hiding in the Pujari room. But I always found that was really sweet that Srila Gurudev like seems to bring out a specific type of sweetness in the devotees, and it still blows my mind and my heart that I somehow ended up here, because like the temple, the community pillars like Rai, Sudarshan, Nyasi Maharaj, Sri Lekha Didi, like Jai Shri, and they just all like they really have our Guru Varga alive in their hearts, and like it's like insane. Like it's just like pretty amazing. Like I've never I mean, I've yeah, I just think that it's just, you know, it's amazing to see that alive in their hearts, and then how they just like transmit it to everybody else's. And I just find that so amazing, because I've been, you know, floating around in Krishna consciousness for 8 years maybe, but like I never, everything always seems so far away and like two-dimensional, especially when it comes to our Guru Varga. And here, it was here that it became so alive and living. Like, it's not just you open a book and it's like you're reading something historical about, you know, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, but like it's like living in the hearts of the devotees here, and it's like really amazing. Jai.
Jai. Yes, Ashapurna Devi Rasi. And we love to be there in Salt Lake City. We love to be in the places where the glories of Guru and Gauranga are being chanted, and where there is enthusiastic living devotional service. So very good. And by the way, you see, Ashapurna is one of our like younger family members, but we've got some of our younger family members. They became inspired. They joined the temple in Australia, talking about Australia, the 1st of January, in the installation of the deity there. And they brought up the standard of the programs there, because the older devotees who were like doing things a little routinely, perhaps, I'm only saying perhaps, but they've been doing things quite routinely. And then when the younger devotees came, then they knew like what was the daily program and how should be doing. And so I was very happy and surprised to hear that they brought up the standard of the devotees for everybody in the Govinda Dham. So everyone can contribute. And when the fresh devotional mood comes in, it also reminds us, as we should be reminding ourselves always, that we have to keep ever fresh and not to sort of just get into a routine. And like we were saying from at the beginning today about the Saraswata Arati, that it's easy to sing it every day, but we need to keep on coming back to all of these points. And actually, we need to keep on coming back to so many things that we've covered over the back to basics, because they are ever fresh and enlivening. And by the way, I've been recommending people, because we're doing it, and also we were together this last time saying about Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Sharanagati book. It's a very good to read Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Sharanagati book. And really it is super good to go through it and sing it if you can with the devotees, and go through the translations and Gurudev's commentary. And when I was recommending that, I had like forgotten, it wasn't in my mind. It's not that I'd forgotten, I suppose, as such, but it wasn't in my mind. But then yesterday reminded that Gurudev, he said the 1st of January, then the Prapana Jivanamritam. This is very good to remind ourselves of why we have come to Krishna consciousness and what is Sharanagati. So, so it's in the same theme. If you have started to go through Sharanagati, then continue Sharanagati and then Prapana Jivanamritam. And then this will fit in very perfectly with what Srila Gurudev recommended, that Prapana Jivanamritam. This is going to reset our devotional strategy. What's the devotional target and life? There's another word which I'm not quite sure. I lost it. By the way, I lost many English words while being in India, as I found out when I keep on going to the dictionary when I hear Goswami Maharaj's talks, and I think, oh no, where's the dictionary? I've heard that word. What's its precise meaning? Because
I have to go to the dictionary too. It's okay.
Oh, okay, that gives me some relief. But it's true, in India, we did have to kind of limit the words for communication. And so you get used to speaking simplified English, as it were. Yes, Paramanandaru.
We have another representative of the younger generation.
We have several, but yes.
Ram Sundar especially comes to mind. He's right there behind Ashapurna.
Okay. Ram Sundaru, you're up. Please share something with us briefly, because we are running over time, but please share something with us. You're the new generation and you're going to be with us forever. You've come forever, as Gurudev told to Guru Maharaj, I've come here forever. So.
Man, I mean, I guess what I can only think about is the specifics, like Guru Maharaj's own like personal what do you call it?
Conviction?
No, the
I don't know.
compilation, you could say.
Oh.
Like the Prema Dhamma, you know, that's been like sort of my meditation, you could say, Prema Dhamma Stotram.
He's trying to remember it, the whole thing.
No, what?
But you know, just like how that's his original wealth, and that's what like distinguishes this mott from any other place, is the wealth in the heart of Guru Maharaj. And like he's the founder of this mott. So like trying to just proceed in that direction, meditate and worship his lotus feet, you know, just like, I mean, like the Prema Dhamma Stotram, I'm like, how, like, what, I think it was Keshav Maharaj or Madhav Maharaj said that no one can compete with him, you know, with his poetry. He has, it's poetically sweet and then rich with Siddhanta, you know. So, I mean, that's all I can say is like, how is it possible I have the good fortune to come in connection, you know, with that sort of poetry, with that sort of Vaishnava, and then with the Vaishnava serving him and being able to serve them. It's just inconceivable, you know.
Jai. And yes, let us remember always our roots and what our life actually stands for. As Guru Maharaj said, the Chaitanya Saraswati Mata, it is a divine memorial to Srila Guru Maharaj. And memorial, not just a memorial plaque, but it's a living memorial this way, and through the hearts of the devotees. So those, all of you who've got some of this in your heart, share it with others, because this is the process of devotional service. Hare Krishna.
And
Jai.
Nahush have a very nice question.
He does?
But it requires a substantial answer. So perhaps we can leave that question for the next Back to Basics. He was.
And how do you know that Nahush has a very nice question? You can tell by your mystic power by seeing his face. Anyway, Nahush, then please be with us next time. If it's a question that needs a substantial answer, please be with us next time and we'll be happy to address that. As this time we started with our Saraswati Arti, which we wanted to like just share from the hearts of not myself, but from all the devotees here and wherever we give a little attention to that Arti. We wanted to share that. So now we've got a little preview for our next gathering. Then we'll hear Nahush's question, and Paramananda Prabhu somehow knows what that question is. So he'll also be prepared to give some answer. And we'll be put on the spot to find out what it is. And here's Prafulla Krishna Prabhu with us. Also, midnight, 1 a.m., Prafulla Krishna Prabhu, 24 hours a day service. He's in Sao Paulo.
Ravats Maharaj, good to see you.
Dandavar Prafulla Krishna Prabhu. And he is the witness of Guru Maharaj, Gurudev's pastime, participant in his pastimes, and a heartfelt giver of gifts, the very process, giving gifts to the lotus hands of Srila Gurudev. Beautiful memories.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Beautiful memories, Maharaj.
Yeah.
I'm in São Paulo, Maharaj, my room, about to go to bed. But good to see Lila Shakti here also. You know, some people from this earlier day, what you talk to us with Sri Hari.
Yes.
I think they're all going now. It's getting late. Lila Shakti is still here.
1 a.m.
Yes. But nice to be here. And I'm here because of her, because she insisted so much. So yeah, I have to see, you know, and then she posted on the group today this link. So I'm here.
Okay, Leela Shakti, a friend to all of the devotees there. Well done.
Jeez, Maharaj.
And Leela Moy Prabhu is also here. So we've got our Brazil representation.
Yes, Lama is there.
Representation from around and about. So for today, let us continue. And by the way, from Damayanti and Ekadashi and the team in Tomsk, we did happily, entertainingly see your video of going to the ashram. What are we going to do? We're going to go to the ashram. Why go and celebrate in any other way? Why go anywhere else? We'll go to the ashram. So very good. All right. In many ways, we can attract the public to come to the ashram, to come and hear what is the substance of the ashram. And once come to the ashram, we must try to keep ourselves ashram conscious. Oh, look, here's the team doing some seva. They're preparing something there. We're all together. The Tomsk Bhakta Vrinda, Siberia in January, Bhakta Vrinda. Dandavat to you all. And dandavat to you all, to everybody, all of us who've been together here, to all of you who've been together here today. And I don't have my Facebook to see, and unfortunately I didn't have the connection. Praneshwari can keep us up.
Dandavats from Jagamohini Didi, from Indupati in Philippines, from Tungarasa, from Kate Kulish. I don't know her spiritual name, but she seems Russian.
Okay.
Dandavats from all of them.
Okay, dandavats to you all. They're on Facebook with us, and dandavats to all who are also with us, almost live. We'll be seeing the recording, but we're happily sharing with you, and we're here to share from ourselves, share from others. In other words, mutual sharing, so we can keep our devotional basics, the basics of our devotional life, association with the devotees, hearing about the course of our life, the glories of the Lord. Let us keep that fire burning happily, keep our journey going forwards strongly in 2022, with all good wishes to you all for 2022, your devotional journey, and my obeisances to you all. Bancha kalpatarubhyascha, kripa sindubhya eva cha, patitanam pavanebhyo, vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. And for some reason, I was thinking of Hari Charan Prabhu then. Divya Shakti knows Hari Charan Prabhu. But how at the end, the end of every talk, you give in the Natmandir, giving obeisances to the devotees. Like that.
We're just remembering him too, Maharaj.
You're remembering him too? Oh, my goodness. One of our senior devotees of the mat. He joined at about the same time as Gurudev, Govinda Maharaj. Long time servitor of Guru Maharaj. But,
so you can conclude with Egg Bindu Jagaduban.
One drop of Mahaprabhu's mercy can inundate the whole universe. And that was what practically, maybe not every, but many talks, then he would stress this point. All right, dear devotees, my Dandavat Pranam. Jai Srila Gurudev ki jai, Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai, Jai Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai, Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Vaga ki jai, and Jai Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Acharya Brinda, all of the Acharyas, bringing Mahaprabhu message through Srila Saraswati Thakur to the world. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Acharya Vrinda ki jai. And all the assembled devotees ki jai. Sri Sannyasi Varga ki jai. Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol. And here Kumkum Devi Dasi ki jai. Paramananda Prabhu ki jai. Divya Shakti Devi Dasi ki jai. All the senior, junior devotees. We're all junior in Gurudev's eyes, but to each of you, Prafulla Krishna Gurudev's disciple, to each of you, and of course Praneshwari looking after us all in the gatherings. And good morning, Kaila, very early in the morning for you. Hare Krishna, good morning. Govinda, Govinda, Govinda.
Jai Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai. Govinda, Govinda. All right, have a good day, and tell Kyla it's actually wonderful to see her very early in the morning, I know, but very happy to see you to start our day, seeing a young face. Jai.
Jai.
Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you.